Hafa everybody, and welcome back to KUAM News Extra. Joining us in studio now is U.S. Attorney for Guam and the CNMI, Alicia Lim-Tiaco, here to talk about National Reentry Week. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much.
This is actually very important. It's significant. This is the first such designation by the Department of Justice, correct, for the entire nation?
That's correct, it is. This is the first ever designation of National Reentry Week. It is the week of April 24th through April 30th. And this particular proclamation is one that is based on all of the hard work and efforts that really our communities across the country have been working towards. In 2013, then U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder announced what we call the Smart on Crime Initiative. This initiative is also fully supported by the current U.S. Attorney General Loretta Lynch. And this initiative came about, or is a result of a comprehensive criminal justice review that had been previously completed. And the primary critical issue that was raised was whether or not we are using our federal dollars, our local dollars, and investing them in programs that are truly effective in crime prevention, in programs that are truly effective in preparing individuals who are incarcerated so that when they are released and re-enter society, they are able to be productive citizens of our communities.
Okay. And so I guess then what has your office been doing to over the last year in this particular area?
In 2015, June 2015, the U.S. Attorney's Office, working alongside our stakeholders in our Diverse Community Coalition, and this particular coalition is comprised really of government agencies, non-governmental organizations, our private sector. And what we did is we talked about how could we contribute to the Smart on Crime Initiative and the accomplishment of its goals and objectives. So for several months, beginning even in 2014, we had worked in preparation for a training or conference, which we called the One Community Guam, engaging our community in crime prevention and re-entry, assisting those who are members of vulnerable populations, at-risk populations through workforce development strategies. And we held this here in Guam and in the CNMI. We had over 450 participants who came, and we had put together panels of specialists or experts in a number of different areas. Those looking at workforce development, specialists or experts in the area of working with persons with disabilities, veterans, issues concerning re-entry programs within correctional facilities, and how do we better prepare our inmates or the offenders so that they are adequately prepared to rejoin, right, the workforce or really any other aspect of our community. We looked at family engagement and how do we prepare families so that they also can contribute in positive ways. We looked at our youth. How can we assist our youth in crime prevention and also in re-entering? Because for those that have been adjudicated and certainly are involved in, for example, the Department of Youth Affairs, we want them to have a successful future. And there were a host of other areas. So this particular training also called for experts and specialists from off-island, from other departments and components. We had, for example, the U.S. Department of Labor, EEOC, other components of the Department of Justice, including our Bureau of Justice Programs, which deals with grants. We also had individuals from USSBA and a host of, again, other agencies and organizations. We worked very closely and did this in collaboration with the Guam Department of Labor.
Are you guys also working with the Superior Court? I noticed, I think it was just last month we had the presiding judge in studio, and he was talking about the adult, I believe the Guam Adult Reentry Court?
Yes, that's correct. And yes, we are collaborating with the Superior Court of Guam, with the Judiciary of Guam, because they are in fact establishing a reentry court. And at the One Community Guam training or conference that we had in June of 2015, we actually had panels of that where we had the Superior Court of Guam and the District Court of Guam share information about their reentry programs within the judicial system. So there are a number of therapeutic problem-solving courts that are within our Judiciary of Guam. We have in the U.S. District Court of Guam the Drug Offender Reentry Program. So again, information about what is happening within our judicial branch, our executive branch, and really in our community as a whole. And the basic fundamental message really is this. If we're talking about effective ways, programs that are evidence-based, to really assist individuals who are at risk or part of a vulnerable population, which of course can include those who are re-entering society, victims of crime, as well as individuals who may not be victims or those re-entering, but certainly are struggling and have such significant hardships and challenges. We want to do everything we can as one community to provide the support necessary. And so it was a coming together of all of these resources at every level to talk about these issues, because ultimately what we're talking about, if we focus primarily on reentry, is a situation in which individuals who have educational opportunities, individuals who are given the opportunity while they're incarcerated to develop skill sets, right? Hard and soft skill sets. If they're given all of this, and once they are released and re-enter, then there are other opportunities for them to have jobs and careers that will lead them to feel that much more confident and able to survive and to support themselves and their families, and less likely to make bad judgment calls or decisions. And so all of us coming together in this way shows the support of the community and ultimately provides for a safer community for everyone.
Now, you were talking about training in 2015, so what about this year? What's planned?
This year we have next week a proclamation signing scheduled for Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. at the Governor's Conference Room. And so our various stakeholders will be coming together for the very first time in the history of Guam and certainly in the history of our nation to proclaim the week as National Reentry Week. We also will have, we know that the District Court of Guam will also have a proclamation that will speak to the Drug Offender Reentry Program or Drug Offender Reentry Court Month. So that is also scheduled for the same time frame. And as we move forward, further into the next month or two, we will be announcing a training, a reentry training, whereby our office and the Department of Justice will be bringing to Guam an individual who himself has re-entered and has established a re-entry program that has been implemented in various correctional facilities across the country and has found to be successful and positive. This is a life skills, cognitive skills development program, which the coalition believes will complement the program that we have right now in our correctional facility with the Guam Trades Academy. Okay. And so they are currently in the facility. And so all of this, again, working towards building the educational and skill set of our of individuals who will be re-entering in a short time.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us. We're out of time. Always good to see you.
Thank you very much.
Stay tuned. We're back with more.